Hola, here we are. Oh, using this crazy camera makes me feel like a freak. Alright, let's see. This weekend I thought I was dying, and so did the ER doctors, so that was kind of a crazy experience. Finally, it's Tuesday. I'm finally feeling mostly better from the crazy spinal tap, which I will still call a spinal tap even though now it's officially called a lumbar puncture, because lumbar puncture reminds you of like a lumbar support pillow, and spinal tap reminds you that they're tapping into your spinal column. And that's, you know, I feel a better term because that's what they're doing. Okay, here's the deal. I started having this crazy time headache I have this window thing. I don't know how to block it. Try to keep my head over here. In the back of my head and neck. And, I mean, it was a million times worse than the regular horrible migraine. And with it also came like a crazy panicky feeling and feeling like I was going numb. So, obviously, I thought maybe I'm having a stroke. So, that's why we went to the ER. Especially after reading, I had just taken this medication for the migraine, and yeah, any weird side effect like that, they want you to go straight to the hospital. So I did, and I was actually honestly thinking they were just going to be like, you're a freak and you have a migraine, thanks for wasting everyone's time and for paying your copay. But what really happened was they were like, you might be dying, and they didn't make any bones about it. So then I had to have a complete, internal panic attack about that prospect. And I had to have a CT and spinal tap to make sure that I wasn't bleeding in my brain. And they had to give me this crazy neuro exam a couple times. And I will say that was one of the scariest things, because I kept thinking, what if I get it wrong? In that instant that I miss whatever they're asking me to do, I'll know that I'm having a stroke, and then I'm gonna, there would be like no, it's not like waiting for a test result which I had to do too, but if you're like in the middle of performing a thing and you know that you get it wrong, then you know something's wrong, and it's just right there, wrong. So that was a little bit frightening, and I kept being afraid that I was gonna mess up, but I passed it fine. So they don't really know what happened to me. They think maybe I had a reaction to the medication, but they can't know that for sure. So that was fun, super fun times. And then if you've never had a spinal tap, you won't know that you feel like complete shit for like the next 2 straight days. Not only was I sore from the actual botched job, they had to do it 15 times, not exaggerating, but your body doesn't want you to lose spinal fluid, so you feel horrible. I mean, really, really bad. So I'm finally feeling better. Good thing Mr. F had Monday off, because then we could kind of recoup a little bit of the lost weekend. So on Monday, we did what anyone who still feels like shit after going to the hospital would do. We went to the mall. After we had this crazy huge snowstorm, and our dog decided to eat one of Kid's boots, of course, so we had to try to go get new boots. So we decided to go to the mall because there should be sales. Well, anyway, it ended up being fantastic, because while we were at the mall, we realized, all of Kid's clothes are fitting really extremely tightly. She's one of those kids who, has to kind of plump up before a growth spurt. And not that she's ever really extremely thin. She's not. She's a bigger style kid. But all the clothes I bought her for the beginning of the school year are like skin tight and like butt crack showing. I mean, like, it's been a huge change all of a sudden. And for some reason, this keeps happening to me every year. It takes me like a couple months to realize, oh, you need bigger clothes. Like, that's why nothing looks good. So we had to go. And so it was, anyway, this is what was fantastic. We got her like a whole new wardrobe for under $100. So, I mean, it was just crazy. I mean, she had like 6 pairs of pants and 2 dresses and 6 shirts and a sweatshirt and tights and fashion boots. I mean, all for less than $100. It was crazy. We got this stuff going on at Land's End, and I hope other people were able to take advantage of this. I mean, 80% off. So it was kind of a good, so it was lucky we were there because it was on that day specifically. Anyway, so that was super exciting for me. plus, I really find this age enjoyable, that like when she comes home and tries on her outfits, like she's all sassy and feeling fantastic about her new clothes. And I was saying to Master F, it's too bad buying adult clothes isn't as rewarding, you know, because she doesn't really care how she actually looks in something. She just likes that things go together and they're comfortable. And like, that's enough to feel great. And, you know, it's a little more complicated for a grown-up. So, anyway, that's what's going on with all of that craziness. I just signed her up for some horseback riding lessons because she claims that she loves horses. Truth is, she's usually afraid of animals, so I don't think it's going to go well, but we're going to try it. And what else do I have going on? I'm still missing that Masterpiece Theater. Downton Abbey was fantastic, and I'm waiting for the new series to pick up again. Still loving The Bachelor, and I'm not afraid to say it. This season was the best ever. And I've even been letting Kid watch it. And I told her, you know, you're lucky you get to watch this. Most people think this is inappropriate. And she was like, why? Because of the kissing? They're just kissing. I will say this. It's one of the least sexual seasons, which is why I've let her watch it. So, for whatever that's worth, you know, you can feel free to judge me anyway. But, you know how she is about romance? I mean, she's just into it. She's just plain into it. So, that's that. What else do I have to say? Oh, speaking of that, she is also at work most of her free time in her bedroom creating a spy kit because the next door neighbor runs a daycare, but all of the kids who go there are boys. And so she's busy trying to figure out how to spy on them. What else can I tell you? Cookie Mom stuff is almost done, but I might be a co-leader next year for a new troupe that's breaking off of our psychotic troupe. And even though that isn't really what I want to do, you know, I can't say no. So there's that. Plus, I'm thinking, you know, I don't really have a lot of friends, and that would put me in a good position to interact with parents on a regular basis and maybe make a friend. So, sure, I'll hate it anyway, but I am still going forward with that. And what else? I was working out last week, but now, of course, I've got the setback with the back pain. And basically every day, you know, like most of you, I wake up thinking, why can't I just do a good job today of eating and exercising? You know, like it's really not that complicated. And I just can't. I don't know. We're almost out of Girl Scout cookies, so hopefully that will move forward. But I would really like to go on extreme diet. Not like diet, deprivation diet. I mean extreme diet like, I don't know, you know, cutting out most food sources. But not deprivation. I just mean like a radical change of what I'm eating. Or just eat less chocolate caramels. I don't know, something like that. But I will say the migraines make things worse because the day before the headache kicks in, I have psychotic sugar cravings. And it's not that the migraine's caused by the sugar because I'm already having the aura before it, so it's just part of the symptomology of it. Or I don't know if it's because I feel so tired. Oh, Jesus. That I need the sugar pick me up. But I don't even like the candy I'm eating. I mean, like, I'll eat the dregs of the Halloween candy that's in there. I mean, I need that much sugar. So, partly, I don't know, I'm just in a bad way. I do think, like, what if I went on a radical diet and then my headaches went away? It just all takes mental energy. I just don't feel like I have. But I would like to do it. That's what I'm saying. I'd also like to get back to meal planning, and I'd also like to have some kind of daily schedule. And exercise. And, you know, keep training the dog to stop barking. All right, that's it.